Today we will unbox my new tripod, Leofoto 324 CEX, and I will give you a brief overview what's included in this tripod box, what are its main functions, how it is built, and give you my first impressions after taking it outdoors for one photography trip. If you are interested in such content, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Leofoto and let's start. So first of all, before we proceed to this tripod itself and looking what it can do, I will need to say some words about its accessories and what it comes with. And after we complete with the full description, I will tell you my reasoning for buying this model. So stay tuned to the end of the video. First of all, the case which it comes with is quite big upgrade what I was expecting. It's not just thin material, it has a very thick padding inside, so it will give quite nice protection. One more thing I wanted to add, that this case is larger than the leg itself, so when you put the tripod inside, there is enough space spare for the moderate size video head or other head you want to put on it. Of course, gimbal head will not fit it, but I think it is not aimed at those people primarily. The other thing I needed to note about the case itself, besides that it had a standard handle, it has a big pocket on front which can be used for accessories, but currently it is containing everything else which came with this tripod. First, which you are I think expecting spiked feet. They are metal and are equipped with rubber O-rings to protect moisture from creeping upside the first section of the leg. Then it has a small carabine with a screw, and it can be mounted in the bottom of the central piece of the tripod. Here is the socket for the screw. And you can attach some weight to this carabine, for example your backpack, when you are shooting in the windy condition, and you add additional weight to the whole system of the tripod to make it more stable in the wind. Another thing which was not mentioned, strange, is this accessory, which also has a carabine and can be attached to your backpack, and it has a bottle cap opener, a flat piece for screwing and unscrewing things which have a slot. Usually we are using coin for this. It also has a ring which you can attach it to something or something attached to it. It has 3 hex screws of different diameter. 2 of them are incorporated permanently into this accessory, and one of them is removable, the smaller one. Also, it has a pouch with some instructions and additional Allen keys, or hex keys. The additional smaller one and 2 additional bigger ones. If you need any adjustments, so everything required for this tripod. So regarding the tripod and its functions and features, I will go from bottom up to not miss anything. First of all is its feet. It comes with the rubber feet. They can be removed and replaced with spiked metal feet. Rubber feet as well as metal feet have O-ring, which prevents the water or other liquids from creeping up the bottom section. So when you are putting your tripod inside the water, on the shore, on the boggy soil, or in the melting snow, you can be quite sure that the whole bottom section is watertight and cannot be damaged by the water pouring inside it. Next thing are the locks. These are twist locks, and compared to other twist locks I had experience with, these are very comfortable because they have very short throw. So 1 or 2 hours on the round clock, so 1/6 of a turn or even less. Very nice grippy rubber. The next thing on the legs are the locks, which are keeping them in their position against the center axis. So by default they can open this angle, and if you need another angle, there are 2 other fixed positions, so total 3 positions, besides being collapsed, because it doesn't have any lock. Which is nice that this lock is fixed in the open position, like this. It is not spring-loaded, so you can adjust to any of the other 2 positions you want, and when you are putting it in horizontal, it automatically closes, so you don't need to forget to close it. Very comfortable, and if you need to collapse the legs, you don't need to open the lock. Very nicely done. Also, I want to highlight that there are, I don't know how to call it, shims made from orange metal. I think it is brass or something similar. So it prevents the wearing out of the aluminum parts of the tripod itself. So longevity. Another thing to note is the mounting for the accessories with the screw, and anything could be mounted there via the handle. For example, external monitor, microphone additional, or clamp for your smartphone. And moving up, we have this bowl, which is nested inside the central piece of this tripod, and it is integrated part of this tripod. It's a unique feature, which was the decision-making for me feature why I chose this model over other classic tripods with the bowl. It has one lever to lock it and unlock it on side, and it is very fluid. Doesn't have any resistance from the start, so it won't give you any jagged motions, and you can adjust it very finely and lock it. Very nice. Also, this ball has 3, I think it's called set screws, so they allow you, after you mount your head on top of this plate, to fix it with these 3 set screws and not be afraid that it will unmount itself with time. So very thought out. And of course the bubble level to adjust the horizon. That's all about its functions, and now about why I chose this model and for what in general you need such type of tripods. So this tripod allows you to finally adjust to the horizon level without tweaking the section length. So when you are on more or less even plane, you can just set the tripod for the desired height and provide the fine adjustments using this platform, where it is required. Basically 3 use cases. 2 of those use cases are inherent to the ball, to the head type you use, and 1 is to the photography type you are going to make. First use case and most prominent is using the video heads. This is a smaller one, Sirui VA5. I purchased it because it was on great discount, and I intended to use it with my monopod due to its restricted ability to move just up or down or just left to right, no swing motions like a ball head. But I will just try to use it with this tripod as well and see if it is enough for my setup with the tripod before thinking about to buy something more heavy. Another use case for having the tripod with adjustable plate for the horizon is the use of the gimbal heads, because they also for proper function require to have the plane equal to the horizon when you are mounting this head. And the third use case, which is not governed by the head type itself but the use case itself, is when you are making panoramas, because it is very useful for ability to have shots which are aligned to the horizon, and when you stitch them they are not diagonally inclined to one itself. Because if the head is not aligned with the horizon and you are moving across from left to right, the horizontal level will rise or fall depending on what side your platform with the head attached is bent. This is not a new problem in photography and also in videography, and it was solved previously by using the tripods with the socket for the bowl, and in that bowl you mounted this half dome or half a sphere separately, or you bought a big video head which has this half dome integrated. there is also another alternative from this same producer, Leofoto, which has just this part as an attachment for the tripod sold separately, but I didn't have any legs of the proper size to mount this attachment, so I opted to buy the tripod with integrated head. Why I didn't choose the classic option, although those one were the first one I found out and even intended to buy before I met this one. The negative sides of those tripods, first of all, they are designed for video production, for mounting heavy rigs, and thus those half domes are 75 or even 100 mm in diameter, which means they need quite a wide bowl to fit inside, and of course that bowl needs even wider aluminum part of the tripod where it is nested. For it to be rugged and stable and not flexible and bent, this aluminum crown, I know how to call it, where you nest the bowl itself, couldn't be very thin, so it weighs a lot. And it is not a problem when you're having assistance to carry your equipment around and you are lugging it all on the car from side to side, so that's not a big problem. And videographers need all the stability they can get, and weight also is beneficial for that. I am a nature photographer first of all and videographer, so I go a lot on my feet and want to have the setup as light as possible. So all that extra aluminum adding weight to the tripod is not beneficial for my case. The second problem is that all those ball heads with half dome and a ball, the only option for them to screw and to adjust them is to have the lock beneath its platform in the middle of the legs, which makes impossible to put the tripod close to the ground. In some cases, when wildlife photography, you need to be very close to the ground when you are shooting like water birds. So these two things led for me to deciding on buying this Leofoto model, which doesn't have those negative, for my cases, things as extra weight from the big diameter of aluminum and inability to put it close to the ground. I'm not even talking about the size of the tripod itself, because it is not so relevant, but still this makes it even compact. Another thing to note, which I experienced from using it outside, is that not unique to this tripod or to this type of tripod itself, but having wider legs is also comfortable for carrying it. When you have the video head attached and you're having your camera attached and all the sections are spread out, you can carry it just on your shoulder, and without any padding, the width of those sections is big enough to make it comfortable for carrying without inducing pain to your shoulder. So very nice. These are first findings and my initial impressions of this tripod and my motivation for buying, why I chose this specific model. If you have any questions, please put them below. I will try to answer them if it is possible from experience right now, or I will try to find out answers with using this tripod for some time, because I plan to make a full review after several months, after I have enough experience of using it in the field to give some conclusions of whether real life experience coincided with my expectations and my plans for using this tripod. Thank you very much for your attention. If you like my content about photography, nature photography and equipment I use, please subscribe to my channel. It would be very beneficial for me, and I wish you a good day. Bye bye!